There we go. We're live.
Oh, we are live. Yep. I am once again making the internet my bitch because I have
Yes,
figured out how
sir.
to hit the go live button on StreamYard. The extent of my abilities. But yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. We are back with another week of Sundays with the General. I am joined this week by Just Paul, my business partner with the Blue Collar Media Group. What's going on, buddy? Selling some
Oh, not too
fireworks?
much. Just Father's Day going on. Hope old man Riser's having a good day. My dad, just all the dads out there. Shout out to them. We wouldn't be here without you, boys.
Yep. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Um, so we'll go right into it because I can't figure out how to get banners off the screen.
Click it
NBA
again.
conference finals are about to start up, and I mean, sure, some people are pissed off that all these injuries, whatever. Uh, I don't think it affected the Nets that much. I think people are the Nets aren't in the conference finals after making this whole super team. Too bad. Like I feel no shame. I keep seeing people say like, "Oh, Harden wasn't right," you know. Dude, didn't he play damn near every minute of that game last night?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
shut
he
up.
had 22.
Shut up with that. If you were out there for damn near every minute of the game, you played the game.
Yep.
I didn't see him limping out there or anything. Not for nothing. Even if the guy's 70%, we're talking about one of the best history of the game.
I mean, for me, it was Joe Harris. Where was Joe
Oh,
Harris? Like, he's supposed to be this
missing
all
wide
star.
open
You know what I
3-point
mean?
shots,
Like,
man.
yeah, like all-star sharpshooter. And, I mean, when you're down that guy, when you're down Kyrie and them, I mean, he's got to score, I mean, at least like 24. I mean, he's got to shoot. I mean, he's got to hit at least like, 5 or 6 threes, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen people knock Durant. I'm not going to knock Kevin Durant
No,
one
he
bit in
played
this
amazing
series,
these last three
and I
games.
love to knock Kevin Durant. But
Right.
I, but I mean, that was just he was unreal in that game last night. Another 48 points. And man, that shot at the end.
Oh,
Oh my God, not being ruled a three.
yeah.
Oh,
They got it right, though. I mean, they got it
yeah,
right.
no, they got it right. His big ass foot was really on the line, just like he
Yep.
said. That's like literally exactly what it was. If he had a regular person's shoe size, and that shot would have been a 3-point shot.
Yep. I mean, and it was classy after the game of him to, give the credit to the Bucks instead of. I mean, he could have definitely used the injury excuse or, a number of things or
100%,
whatever,
yeah,
but he didn't. He was
yeah,
classy with it.
yeah. He could have easily gone in with the, we're not at fully the
Yep.
100%. We don't have Kyrie. Whatever. The Clippers have made it into the Western Conference final. We'll finish off the East first.
Yeah.
We got Game 7 of
Yeah.
Philly and the Hawks tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, I don't think people really thought this would go 7 games.
No,
I didn't.
I wasn't one of them.
I did not think this would go 7 games. Trae Young, man, my first thought right out of this game, man, Trae Young took a step forward in these playoffs. He's playing clutch basketball consistently. He's taking over games when they need him to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what superstars, that great players do in all sports.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
That's
too,
what the great ones do.
like the Sixers blowing these 2 leads like this. I mean, I don't really have confidence.
The Sixers blowing the leads. It's been a great week if you're a Boston
Yeah,
fan.
I mean, I don't have any like good feeling about them just like coming out and like running Game 7. Like I don't
Oh,
I don't know what could
I was
happen.
gonna say I'm taking the Hawks. I am predicting the Hawks to win this game tonight. I am predicting a patented Philadelphia Sixers choke job.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
chokes like Philly.
Right. Right. In the big
Philly
moments.
and they're gonna choke. So I am taking the Hawks tonight. Actually,
I like that. I like
I
that.
I mean, we're actually getting a Hawks Bucks Eastern Conference Finals. Think about that this year. This is
The NBA. The NBA has to be so bitter about. I mean, like. I mean, no
oh
offense
yeah,
to the
like I mean,
Suns.
you got all those superstars on one team. You got to hope they go
Yeah.
further, right?
I mean, no offense to the Suns, but I'm telling you right now, the NBA is like, we need that LA market because nobody's watching a Suns,
Oh
uh,
no,
the Suns Bucks finals. Like nobody's
yeah.
watching that.
Well, Phoenix Milwaukee finals. You do.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are the NBA markets you tap. Like, no offense to either of those teams.
Right.
They're
No.
not big market. They never
But
will.
you're not grabbing the casual. You're not grabbing You're not grabbing me. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't. There's no way. Unless Kawhi and the Clippers are there against Doc. Like, that's the only. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like the only like storyline that's got my attention anymore.
Yeah, I can see that. And now, I mean, so let's go right to the West. The Clippers and the Suns are going to start today. The Clippers make it through the series after missing Kawhi Leonard for the last 2 games. Playoff P played well in the playoffs. It was, wow. Jeez.
Well, I mean, my thing is it's like that Suns team, like Devin Booker, like when are we going to start talking about him being a superstar? Like that. I mean, he's played
100%.
absolutely amazing.
Devin Booker took a step forward, but now
right.
I mean we got Chris Paul on the COVID protocol, and this I think that's devastating for the Suns right now, and for Booker as well, because I think Paul was helping. I mean, Paul was helping everyone create good shots.
But I mean, what a joke the NBA is. You let LeBron just slide like it was nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was nothing. But now you're going to have Chris Paul, who's vaccinated, who's fully vaccinated. You're going to have him in protocol. Like, why did we get shot up if we're going to be – why are we getting shot up if we still can't do anything? Like, what's up?
Yeah. I don't even understand it. And, like, I don't even know what the protocol is now. Like, what is the protocol the same?
Right.
Even if he's vaccinated, the same as it was last year. That makes just now we're turning into like a political discussion here. I don't even
right. No, but I mean, like, they got vaccinated for a reason. Like,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. The NBA just hasn't changed the protocol. Like, come on. I mean, like, I'd hope they could get him back in the series because now here's another thing. If Phoenix beats LA with Chris Paul, and you're telling me that it's Chris Paul is actually playing in the finals, and that's your storyline going into the finals, now you're hitting the casual fans.
Yeah, you could.
Right?
I mean, you could, but like, I don't know. Like, if it's not like I said, so if it's not the Clippers versus Doc, I really don't like. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. Phoenix is a great story, but it's not. I'm not going to be like. It's not going to be must see TV for me. Like, I'll watch it when it's on, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I got to be home by 9 to watch Phoenix and the Bucks or Phoenix and the Hawks.
Yeah, and like what I'll say too, though, is for me is like this is actually. With all these guys being out or eliminated, whether it was because their teams were hurt or not, but this year in the NBA, we might see Chris Paul get his first ring. We might see Giannis finally get his first ring. We could see Devin back to the Suns again. We could see Devin Booker getting his first ring.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sixers, even Embiid and Simmons actually getting a ring or going to the finals. at the Hawks, if Trae Young making it to the finals. This is huge things. Like when you're looking back at their career 15 years down the road, no one's going to be like, oh, but that first finals appearance, what about all the injuries? And it was after that. That's just not how it's going to be. You're going to look at it and be like, oh, wow, he made it to a finals. Like that.
Yeah, but we're starting to come to that end of Michael Jordan period, end of LeBron period, where the NBA will go back to being, a niche sport again. I really believe that. I mean, you can look at the TV ratings already. Like, you're going to watch your local markets, and that's going to be about it. There's not going to be any, tune into Christmas Day to see LeBron or, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, 100%. You're after Steph, LeBron, and, guys like that retire, then yeah, what the NBA would need after that is for these guys like Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And Trae Young to really take that leap and take that mantle of being not just great players, but being superstars that can not just draw in the local fan base, but people want to tune in and watch them play. Yeah. And I mean, I think they can. I really do think they can. Now, this is a topic that I'm so glad I saw this morning, but because I was going to be having you on. Logan Paul thinks he could beat Mike Tyson in a fight.
Mike Tyson would
old,
kill him. I don't care if he's old.
I think Mike Tyson would get charged with murder.
He would kill that kid. Because let's just be real. We watched the Roy Jones fight, and Tyson held back.
Tyson 100% held back and tried not to destroy him.
Yeah, he could have hurt him.
And our instant reaction after that fight, I still remember, was that Roy was winded.
And scared.
Roy looked like he needed he was scared. Yeah, he was scared. But he looked like he needed a wheelchair to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like because he was out of breath.
Yep.
Mike
he probably broke ribs, honestly.
Yeah. And Mike looked like he could have gone another couple rounds.
Yeah.
Dude, Logan Paul, first off, we just saw you with a 45 pound weight advantage in a fight
and height
and I mean, yeah, I understand you just couldn't hit Floyd, but you don't want to hit Mike.
I'm telling you right now, even 50-some-year-old Mike Tyson, he comes out swinging wildly like that, and Tyson's just going to uppercut him, and he's going to be drinking through a straw for a month. He lowers his hands against Tyson like that, and it's over.
And look, I mean, 100%. Those wild punches that he was throwing when he got frustrated with Floyd because he couldn't hit him. Yeah, you come out with those. Mike is technical.
Yes.
Mike's a brawler, and Mike is an animal and a savage in the ring. Yep. Everyone knows that. That's a fact. But
he boxed in the Olympics. He boxed in the Olympics. Olympic boxing is
he's an incredibly well-trained fighter.
Yeah.
He's not
even
just
at his age. Even at his age, watch those videos, Steve. At his age, I can't do that shit right now.
Yeah, and now I've seen people say all right, look, basically, we're gonna go straight out with this. Ben Askren didn't exactly take a dive, but he didn't give it his all fighting the other Paul brother. He took a bit of a dive.
Let's just be real.
Floyd wins the fight against Logan, but Floyd could have knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if he could have knocked him out. I don't think Floyd has it in him anymore.
I I think he could.
But-
I think he could have beaten him up a little
But
more at least.
no,
then.
yeah,
He
no,
held
I'll
back,
agree with that.
right?
Yeah, no, yeah,
And so people are saying like, oh, well, you know what? Like, Mike will get paid to hold back on him, and like let it be a draw, whatever. I have a hard time believing Mike Tyson's built like that.
he's not going. He's not. That dude's been through so much in his life. He's not taking it.
Everything that I know about Mike Tyson leads me to believe that he is not built like that. And I know a good amount about Mike Tyson.
Dude, he
first off, let's put Mike is famous for saying, remember when he said everyone's got a game plan till you get punched in the mouth?
Yep.
Yeah. So even if you got Mike, I think even if you got Mike to shake on that and be like, yeah, I'll hold back on you.
Yeah.
And then you hit him in the fight.
Yeah.
I think he'd be like, oh, I think he's got that, like, other animal instinct in him when he's like, oh shit, time to fight. I gotta eat.
Well, then he's not wired right anyway.
Mike used to spar with his fucking tigers. Okay?
Right.
He's not right in the head.
No. And I don't care. 50-year-old Mike Tyson, whatever. When that man walks out, you know that it's going to be bad.
We saw it we saw it when he walked out against Roy Jones. He's got that same, the look in his eye, which I've always said it don't go away. It's still there. You don't want to fuck with Mike. Just
put it on.
In the back or the front or both?
Both. But yeah, no, I mean he's not wired right. He's not taking a dive for Logan Paul for sure.
I don't think he's taking a dive for anyone. Flat out.
No.
Mike ain't doing that.
And I don't even know if he would be involved in like a circus like that. I don't know if he'd even. I don't even know if he for the money.
The only reason he would is if this kid keeps talking.
Yeah.
And Mike was just like, yeah, fine. Fine. You want it? Like I can see that.
He signed on to that Triller stuff because he had Roy Jones and he respected Roy Jones. I don't think he would sign into this circus, but we'll see. We'd see. I would watch that. I would buy that.
I would 100% buy that. I said it earlier on Twitter. I'm buying Mike Tyson fighting Logan Paul, whatever you want to charge me, because I want to see Mike Tyson punch him in the face. Shout out to Raining Raina is watching us. Come on, go on the screen.
She's got a big subathon going on today for Father's Day, so definitely check her out.
Yeah, I won't put a comment on the screen. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, she's got her giveaway going on tonight for Father's Day. That's why I want to shout her out. What do you know the specifics of that giveaway, Paul? I can't.
I know that there's $50 from us.
I believe 4 $25 gift cards. I believe.
Going out. Then there's another sponsor involved in that too. Maybe she'll tell us.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully she'll tell us. So moving on, the movie of the week this week, as always, I just watch a lot of movies. So The Warriors, a classic, 1979. Paul, I know you've seen this multiple times. Yep. So the elevator operator at work is always putting on movies. When we got the comment. Is that Randy Raina?
There we go.
$50 from New Wave Designs.
Yeah.
Two $20 gift cards from Blue Collar Media Group, and she is throwing in $50 herself. Wow.
Yeah, so definitely tune into that, guys.
So yeah, check that out tonight. Live on Twitch, you will see all of us retweeted on our feed, the Blue Collar Media Group feed especially. But yeah, move back to the movie of the week, The Warriors. I just love this movie, man. So the operator, this is what he says to me. If you can guess the movie, I'll put it on. And he goes, Warriors come out to play. And I'm like, well, you just said the title of the movie, dude. You couldn't have given me like a random obscure line from the film. You couldn't have at least given me "Can you dig it?" You gave me, you gave me Warriors.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
But that's
He's
the.
like,
I mean, that's the catchshiphrase, though. I mean, that's the line.
That's the line.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everybody remember it.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's like, oh, what? You seen that movie? I'm like, yeah, dude. Come on, you know I've seen these movies by now.
Yeah.
But the same operator for like 3 years. Long story. I'm not gonna get into Neil the elevator operator.
Right.
Here while we're live. Already just named him. All right, this is starting to get weird. But anyway, he never put it on, so I never got to see any of the Warriors while I was at work. So I'm still very disappointed in. So I had to watch it last night. Just saw it free on HBO Max, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Dude, so first off, when you're watching a movie from 1979,
right,
you have to look at, does it stand like the test of time? Now, at least to me, like I watch a lot of older movies anyway, and I've already seen it, so maybe I'm a little biased. At least to me, I think it does. I just feel like this movie's kind of timeless. I mean, like them walking around those red vests, and all the gangs, the baseball furies, the riffs, all the orphans. It's just fun, you know. I know you know what I mean.
Yeah. No,
it had a
like,
huge cultural impact for one.
Yeah, that
when
was
it
what I
came
was
out.
going,
That's
like,
why I think this.
Yeah.
It's a big part of why this movie will always stand the test of time. I mean, like, so the plot of the I mean, people were dressing up. This was a big deal when the Warriors was in theaters. Well, like so the plot of it, if you haven't seen it, which it's probably a lot of you that haven't, realizing how fucking old this movie is now.
Yeah. 50 years or 40 years. Well, Steve's dead. Yeah, so the Warriors was it's a great cult classic. Basically, you're looking at like rival gangs going at each other. Well, here we go. Maybe he's back. There he's back. He's back. There you go.
I survived.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. That was that Hollywood coming at me for giving away the plot of the movie?
Probably a spoiler alert.
Yeah. So the Warriors are the gang from Coney Island with their
Right.
badass red vest.
Right.
And so the leader of the biggest gang in New York, Cyrus, has called a meeting and a truce for a night between all the gangs. He wants all the gangs to send nine emissaries, I guess you'd call them in political terms.
Yep.
To this big meeting. And now I can't remember the name of the guy who plays Cyrus. This dude kills it. This dude's got 5 minutes in the movie, and he knocks it out of the park.
Like, yeah, he's one of those characters that like where he doesn't have a lot of lines or anything, but you just can't forget it.
He's got a 5-minute monologue, basically, like something like that, a little less. And Warriors go to the meeting. Yep. And Cyrus's plan is that he wants all the gangs to unite because he thinks, well, he does the numbers out, and they outnumber. If they all combine forces, they outnumber the police force in New York.
Yeah, 3-1.
Now, I have to go into this. I want to see this movie. Of all the gangs in New York, all those gangs in New York uniting under Cyrus, and like, I want to see that parallel universe, I guess, whatever, like where they actually do that.
Right.
because
And
that
take
movie
over.
sounds awesome. That movie sounds badass. Yeah, like the takeover of the city. But so like again, like what we were saying, Cyrus has 5 minutes. He gets shot at the end of his speech. By another guy who is just absolutely iconic in his role. David Patrick Kelly, I believe is his name. And what this little squirmy fucking rat snake motherfucking character in this movie, man. Whenever I see him in something else, I'm like, that's
Instantly.
fucking him.
Yeah.
That's that little motherfucker from the Warriors, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so I mean, we have Cyrus basically does his "Can you dig it?" and then gets shot by this guy, and then he's, dude, the Warriors did it, and then now, whoa, hold on,
Hold the phone.
This is-
Kenny's seen this movie.
this is breaking.
Yes.
Kenny has seen the Warriors.
Yes. Yes.
What now? That I don't know if I believe this. I'd
I'm
ask him
gonna
to
have to
send
believe
proof,
it
but
because
like I don't know if how he could prove that.
I'm gonna have to believe it because he's honest about that he hasn't seen a lot of movies. So I'm not gonna.
No, he's always honest about
Yeah.
that with us. So all right, guy. I guess Kenny's telling the truth. That Kenny has seen this. This is mind blowing to me. So, all right, so you know what? That's how much of a classic this fucking movie is.
right.
Kenny
Kenny's seen it.
has seen it.
Yes.
That's how much of a cultural impact this movie had. Kenny
Yes.
has seen it.
Yes.
So now every gang in New York now, the truce is called off. Every gang in New York is now after the Warriors.
Yeah.
They have no weapons. There's only 9 of them. And they have to get all the way from, I believe, the Bronx all the way back to Coney Island, which
Coney Island.
apparently is a really long train ride. I
Yeah.
don't really know the subway system in New York that well, but
Yeah.
apparently that's a long train ride. I mean, so all these gangs, like we were starting to say, Walter Hill does a great job of making this suspenseful with everyone coming after them.
Yeah.
Great point by Kenny here. If I will let me put it on the screen. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome soundtrack.
Yep.
Epic, like just iconic. The music is instantly recognizable if you've seen the movie, like at least once. So, yeah, they have to get all the way back to Coney Island. It's the Turnbull ACs, which I don't understand what that gang means at first. These dudes are badass. They got the bus. They're all hanging off the side.
Try to run them over.
With bats chasing. Yeah, they try to run them over. They run to the train.
Yeah.
Now they think they're home free because they get onto the train.
Yeah. Oh no.
Now all of a sudden there's a fire in the tracks. It's like a video game, which they did make a video game off it.
They could make a video game
in like 2005 or something like that. So again, dude, that's the cultural impact of the movie, is that it was made in 1979. It has never been remade. And in the 2000s, they made a video game off of it. That's a long ways without a remake too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Thank God they've never.
Well, I don't know how that play. I don't know how the remake would play today.
I don't think it would be the same. Now they were, since we're on the topic, they were planning a remake of this. Tony Scott was going to direct it before he died. Which I love Tony Scott, but he wanted apparently to do more like how it is nowadays, like Crips and Blood style gangs.
Yeah, and see, that's
like
what I mean.
Drive-by based, and like to me, that ain't the Warriors. So like obviously, like we said, these guys don't have any weapons. People are just coming at them with bats. This is all fist fights.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie.
Yep.
There's one gunshot fight in the entire movie. And it's the gunshot that kills Cyrus.
He kills Cyrus. Yep.
And all of it is fist fights.
Yeah.
And so now everything that goes on with the Warriors, meanwhile, this is important to say, is being broadcasted to everyone on this awesome radio station that the Riffs apparently have.
Yes.
which I need more information about this because this apparently is syndicated and they're just like openly talking about like gang warfare, basically
Right.
on the radio.
They're basically sending out a hit.
Some of this
Basically sending out a hit over the
being
air.
allowed, they are paying somebody off.
Yeah, basically sending out a hit over the air.
Yes, they not even basically, they literally send out a hit over the air. Like that's entirely what this thing is doing. So all the gangs keep coming after them. They make, yeah, they're like they're giving everyone updates on.
He's dead. He's dead again. Steve the General Rasner needs better internet up in the Boston area. He could be dead. No, he's alive again. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. There he is. He is. There he is.
Yeah, this mobile hotspot thing I bought sucks.
Yeah.
I'll try to return that. So
I'm gonna try to return.
Yeah, if I can remember, I smoke a lot of pot,
Right.
as you can see. Yeah. So their train, there's a fire in their train. They get off, but now they have to meet the orphans, which is such a low-level gang. They don't even get invited to the meeting. And now so there's about 30 orphans they can see and being there. There's 8 of them now at this point, 8 warriors. This is striking me. They're like, oh, whatever. Like they're not scared of these dudes at all. They're not intimidated by being outnumbered by that much. So they go on. They get by them without really a fight. I mean, they get by the first few gangs without a fight, and then all of a sudden, I just watched it last night. There's so many gangs, I can't remember who they fight first. But once they start getting into fistfights and they get separated, there's a fight every like 5 minutes.
Right.
Right.
For the last.
I mean, again, this is the last like 45 minutes of the movie, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say 40 minutes of the film, something like that.
Yeah, good like 40 minutes of the movie. There's just random brawls between gangs dressed the way that they're dressed in the 1970s on 70s cocaine.
Right.
Before you started cutting it with baby powder. But I mean, like I said, you got a gang of guys on rollerblades coming after them. You got guys with their faces painted in like
not rollerblades, roller skates.
Roller skates, rollerblades, whatever. Shut up. Yeah. Words are words. The baseball Furies, they got their face. Yeah, it was the 70s. They got their faces painted. They're in like the Yankees pinstripes with baseball bats. Yeah. That's actually an awesome fight scene when they come after them at the park.
Yep.
That scene's just epic. So like now here's a point too is I thought these fight scenes were all pretty well done. Like they're just it's just regular hand to hand. It's just brawls. Like, but they're well choreographed for what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Like it's nothing fancy.
Yeah.
So they do somehow all make it back to Coney Island. With some new hooker in tow. Literally, she's a hooker. That's her character.
Right.
It was the 1970s, and it was okay to do that back then.
Right.
There are some huge cultural differences between the 1979 and 2021.
Right.
And then they get to Coney Island here. And now this dude shows up, the dude who shot Cyrus, and this is where we get this is, well, again, one of the reasons the movie is so famous. Him clanging the bottles together, which he improvised on set, and doing that Warriors come out to play. Just iconic. I can't do it as well as he does. The way he delivers the line is just creepy, squirmy, and iconic. And then he's a moron and he announces his entire plan out loud to them.
Right.
And the Riffs had happened to show up there and overheard the entire thing. So then the Riffs like know kung fu and shit too. I want to know more about all of these gangs. I wish we got like
background.
I almost wish it was made nowadays. So we could actually get like, you know how we'd get like 8 movies off this nowadays?
Right.
Like they made 9 movies off the Fast and the Furious stealing cars.
Right.
Nowadays with the Warriors, we're at least getting 8 movies.
Right. For each gang, and then a club. And then
we're getting an origins movie for each gang.
Yeah.
And I'd honestly, I wouldn't even mind it. These guys, like, it was a well thought out, it was a well imagined movie, just iconic.
Yeah.
You know, people who have been following the show, you know how I rate movies with the puff system.
Yes.
1 to 5 puffs, 1 being the best. Above that is the general stamp of approval. Now, this will be the first movie to get the general's stamp of approval
There it is.
on the Movie of the Week review. Because it's just awesome.
I agree with you. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it.
Fucking movie.
Yeah.
Paul,
You're here, bud.
We made it, and Kenny's seen it. Then there's nothing wrong with you.
Right. Right.
So now we got to go into a couple of triple T's.
Okay.
Because, I mean, so Logan Paul thinks he could beat Mike Tyson. There's a Twitter user that agrees with him because, as we can see from Paul's previous fights, he is too strong, too fast, and too athletic for someone like Mike Tyson to fight nowadays. Dude, you can just say you don't know who Mike Tyson is at this point, motherfucker.
Right.
You can literally just say, I don't know who Mike Tyson is.
Google one of his workout videos. Just Google one.
Too strong for Mike? This is just I don't even understand.
This is what boxing's done to itself, Steve. This is what boxing's done to itself. That these people think that Logan Paul is a boxer. That's what it's.
Yeah,
I've heard so many people say, "Oh, he went the distance with Floyd." Okay, what does that mean?
He won what, 4 rounds with Floyd Mayweather?
I mean, they hugged each other for 5 rounds.
How many rounds? Yeah, they hugged each other for 5 of it. It wasn't really fighting.
Right.
It was.
You know, he swung like a wild cartoon character for a round. Like, that's not boxing. Like, that's not boxing. I mean, right? I mean, if we're scoring that fight, he didn't land any punches there.
No,
it might have looked good to these YouTube clowns, but he didn't land any punches. Like, if we're scoring technical boxing, he didn't. That was 0.
Yeah,
and he swung like an idiot for a minute and a half.
Yeah, and then so you use more energy swinging and missing.
Right.
You do swinging and hitting, so he just wore himself out for a minute and a half.
If I want to watch that, I'll go to a Tough Man contest. If I want to watch that, I'll go to a Tough Man contest.
Dude, if I want to watch that, I'll buy the new UFC game or the new boxing, whatever, the last boxing game. I don't think they have any new boxing games.
Right.
Fucking just hit X 100 fucking times.
Yeah, just mash buttons.
Literally, I'll hit the same button fucking 5 times. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what that was.
Yep.
So moving on, I had Patriots fans. These guys are great, man. So the Patriots need to trade Stephon Gilmore, which one of think they need to do that. I don't understand that. For a top tier offensive lineman,
Yep.
a top tier running back, or a god tier wide receiver. I don't know what that is either. Like Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Should we go into each of these points separately?
Well, I mean, let's just talk about this here. So the offensive lineman is completely out. Teams aren't trading stud offensive linemen for cornerbacks. That's not happening at all.
And they have a top 5 offensive line in the NFL without question.
Yeah, you're right there.
I don't know what you're adding to that O-line. Yeah,
and I mean the running back. I mean, yeah, we just talked about the line. Like anybody's going to be fine back there. Like they'll be fine.
And who are the top tier running backs in the NFL? Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones,
Derrick Henry.
These dudes ain't getting traded. Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
These dudes ain't getting traded.
And do you want to pay him? Do you want to pay him? No, you pay your offensive line.
If we don't want to pay Stephon Gilmore, why are we paying another running back when we have Damian Harris and Sony Michel and James White?
Right. And then the wide receiver.
What's a god tier wide receiver?
Yeah.
What's god tier? Is that Jerry Rice and Randy Moss? Because that ain't fucking what Odell Beckham ever was.
Right.
And
don't get me started on the Odell Beckham because you know
I know how you feel about Odell Beckham.
You know what I mean? Like he's a lot of hype, and you know he makes a ton of one-handed catches, but he can't catch with 2 hands for dog shit. There's no way. I don't want him on my team. I think the Browns are a better team without him. I
think we saw that last year.
Yeah, I don't think.
And
you know what I mean? I don't. Then definitely not. And what do the Browns want with Gilmore? Don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody could use a Gilmore, but they just upgraded that secondary.
Yeah, they have a pretty good secondary already. And Beckham, with that injury and that contract, what do the Patriots want with Beckham?
Right.
Like, what he's owed a lot of money. He's coming off a massive injury. He's coming off knee surgery.
And you still have the quarterback. Like, who's the trigger man? You still have to figure that out.
You have 2 tight ends.
Right.
Yeah, you're still in a quarterback battle. Why are you making splash trades for wide receivers when we don't know who's
right?
You got weapons for whoever's going to pull the trigger, but God. And
I don't understand the fascination with wanting to get rid of Gilmore. I don't get it. I hear it all the time. I know he wants paid or whatever, but he's still under contract.
Yeah, Patriots fans just apparently don't like Patriots players. It's a weird thing going on here. They don't like Boston fans don't like the teams, except for some of the Boston fans like the teams. So I have to go on to my last Triple T, man. This has been an ongoing Triple T. The Spike King, as he calls himself on Twitter.
Guy.
He considers himself an a Patriots insider and beat reporter.
Inner circle beat reporter.
Yeah,
bud.
Yeah,
get it right.
Just because you tweet about the Patriots does not make you a beat reporter.
Right, and just because you put sources doesn't mean you have them.
No, and so he's been telling us for months on end now that Dont'a Hightower is retiring.
Right.
He's backs it up. He said we should have talked to him in August. We talked to him in August. I mean, we're waiting for August, but like, so, you know, to the point now, he keeps saying this, that Hightower's wife,
Right.
he called him
This
out.
was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. And said, "Who even are you?" And this is when he said a Patriots beat reporter.
Right.
With inner circle connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, first, if you're going to pretend you have sources, let's not start an argument with
The source.
wife of the person
source.
you are talking about.
Right. Right.
The wife of the person you are talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Right.
But yeah, I just want to call this out as a tail tweak because minicamp has started, and Donta Hightower is president.
Is there?
Present as
He's there.
the Patriots minicamp.
Right.
He was even asked if he would be retiring, and he said, "I don't know who all these fans were talking about me retiring. It seemed to me like someone was trying to kick me out." So yeah, the spiking. You were wrong, buddy. It appears by all reasonable information that's been reported.
Yeah.
All confirmed.
The actual guy and his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's been getting so bad on Twitter lately, where everybody just drops, "I got sources," and just says wild shit, and then when it doesn't happen, they just go on to the next wild shit. It's insane.
Oh my god, I can't stand it. Did none of you have sources? Half the NFL insiders don't even really have sources.
Right.
They just get a tweet notification from Rappaport like the rest of us and retweet him.
Right.
Literally, that's what half of them do.
Right. I mean, you watch those guys, and then you know what I mean? You get the information like that. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. Some of these guys, like that guy right there, I mean, he even went back at her. He even went went back at her. It's what are you talking about, guy?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what are we doing? You're
right.
It's the wife.
Right.
It's so bad. It's just horrible. God, that was fun.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been, like I said, another episode of Sundays with the General. I am the General himself, Steven Reisner. You can find me at Reisner_Steven on Twitter. Just check us out on the Blue Collar Media Group, bluecollarmg.com. With me today was my business partner, the co-founder, the Blue Collar Media Group. It's just Paul himself. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Good time as usual.
Yep. So what do we got coming up this week? Should we tell him? We got Randy's Twitch giveaway.
Big giveaway tonight.
This big giveaway tonight. Into the lab. It will be Tuesday this week. NBA draft lottery coverage.
Yep. I got my show with Kenny, Shoot Pod. Me and Kenny are doing that. I'm his co-host.
Well, yes. Our collaboration with
Off the Ball.
The Off the Ball Network.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for you today, folks. Like I said, thank you for tuning in.
Yep.
And the broadcast. All right. This thing sucks.